Can you believe that we're in Las Vegas, Nevada, in the master plan community of Summerlin, and this house right here is creating negative cash flows, all right? I can't believe it, but I'm gonna go inside, I'll point out everything to you, how to look at it as an investor. And then at the very end, we're gonna go through all the numbers in great detail, and we'll kind of see why is this house creating negative cash flow for investors like you. Let's talk about Summerlin a little bit. If you know about Las Vegas, Summerlin is probably the most premier area in Las Vegas. The highest property values are here, you know, the best ranked high schools and things like that. Summerlin is the place where everyone strives to live in if you live in Las Vegas eventually. We're gonna check out this house today and see if it's a good investment for you, all right? Okay, all right, so first thing I do when I come into a property that I might invest in myself, or if I'm consulting for an investor like you, whether this is a good investment or not, I just kind of get an overall feel. The first thing I want to see is what money do I need to invest into this property to get it rented out to start making some cash flow again, right? So first thing I notice is flooring, it's a little outdated, paint definitely needs a fresh coat of paint. And you know, this is a 2001, so I think clearly from this light fixture, you can see that it is a 2001 and it probably needs some updating, all right? As we keep looking, I mean, it's definitely not as high end as you think in the interior, like the finishes. I mean, the baseboards are just really small. I see that the kitchen is just, I mean, the granite is okay, it is older style, but the appliances right away are throwing me off because you have a white fridge, black stove, white sink, and then a black dishwasher. It's not, definitely probably want stainless steel in here if you want a more upgraded feel to this property, all right? Again, you notice the hardware is all very outdated in this house. Okay, so we're gonna check out the laundry room. It is downstairs in here. So the good news is there is a washer and dryer, although they are a little bit older. They're here already, so that's a good thing. I don't have to buy new washer and dryers before I rent it out, right? But I do notice the floor is like linoleum, which is considered probably the cheapest and most basic flooring you can get in a laundry room. So that's something that I'm gonna keep in mind in case I wanna change that later. There is a half bath downstairs. It's just a toilet and a sink, all right? So nothing special. So right away, I noticed the stairs. I mean, they're actually nice. This kind of mission style banister is still okay right now. You can probably paint it or something if you want a different look on it, but still good. I noticed right away the stairs, it is carpeted as we go upstairs. And the carpet is in decent shape, but I just know a lot of people do not prefer carpet anymore these days. So that is something that I'm probably gonna consider replacing at some point for sure. So as we keep going up, I'm really looking at the carpet closely here. So it's in good shape and it's very clean too. So I don't think that I would change it right away. I definitely would probably rent it out first, make some rent, make some income back on it before I start investing in stuff like that. But it is carpet, you know, I think with tenant turnovers, carpet is always an issue because if it gets worn too badly, you're going to need to replace it before you rent it out to the next tenant. But for right now, I would rent it out as it is, collect some income first, and then maybe change it in the future. All right, as we walk into the primary bedroom right now, I notice it's a really good sized room, all right, very big room. However, what they did here was they made it a very large master bedroom and they kind of took away an additional room possibility right here too. So I guess that's one of the biggest downfalls on this one. It is a 2-bedroom house. And if you just had the one more bedroom, you'd definitely be able to collect more rent on this property. So you see this area, it could be a very small room, or it could be part of a very large master bedroom. All right, we're in the master bathroom right now, and I'm just noticing this. I mean, it's not a bad bathroom, but it's, again, very basic. We have the linoleum flooring. We have the kind of outdated gold textures and tones here. The vanity, it's a dual vanity, but we have 2 separate types of faucets. They don't even match, all right? So it definitely needs an update in here. So that's something I'm gonna consider too. So we're in the guest bathroom right now too. So we're noticing it is kind of the same kind of hardware and everything in here. I did notice that it does have an updated flooring in here. It's linoleum again, but it's a newer one looks a lot better. So I mean, we could even change the laundry room and the master bathroom to a newer vinyl if we want to save some money, but it looks better in here. Overlooking the living room from up here, these high ceilings are always very nice, very grand. They look very fancy. However, you could have put another room here that could have been nice. Now you're just heating and cooling this space for your kind of high ceiling feel from downstairs. So, I mean, some people really love this. I mean, from an investment standpoint, you can probably have better use for it though. So we're in the backyard right now, and the first thing I notice is, the good thing is it's already landscaped. So you, as a landlord, will not have to landscape this whole yard. And another thing I notice is it's desert landscaped already too, which is very popular for Las Vegas. It's low maintenance, it uses very little water. This is very ideal for landscaping in your backyard as an investment already. While I'm in the backyard, I already noticed that the AC units are back here. I do notice that there is 2 units back here. There's one here and then there's one back here too. It's a 2-story house. There's 1 unit for the upstairs, 1 unit for the downstairs, which is very efficient. But I can tell that these are very old and probably original units. So I'm gonna have to consider that I may have to change these in the next few years as well too. So let's talk about the numbers now, all right? I know I've mentioned a lot of things in this video about what I would change to this property, right? But before we even do any of that, let's just kind of look at it and assess it as the property is, all right? This house is priced at $480,000, okay? If you get a mortgage on this property, putting 25% down, your payment is already almost $1,700. And then you have, since we're in Summerlin, there's a master plan fee of $50, and then there's another sub-association fee because it's a gated community of $58. So I mean, that's over $100 in additional expenses and HOA already. Property taxes on this is only $2,000 a year, which is nice and low. So that is a good point on it. But when I calculate all the numbers, including the taxes, insurance, HOA, and everything, my monthly expense on this property is $2,000. What can I rent this property out for? Probably, considering the existing condition, it's gonna only rent out for $1,900 a month, all right? So I'm already losing money. It's already a negative cash flow property if I were to buy it at this price and rent it out the way it is, all right? If I went and did all the renovations I thought about doing on this, I think my cash flow would even be more negative. I'm investing more money up front to renovate the property. And yes, I will get a higher rent, but when I factor that in, I'm still cash flow negative on it. But something to consider is this house was worth something in the low 300s just a couple years ago. Now we're in the high 4s, pushing 500 now too. So this is one of those properties, because of the location of being in Summerlin in Las Vegas, it's appreciated a lot in value over time. It's just the rents haven't caught up yet too. And plus it's a 2-bedroom. So that's something that kind of, deters me from wanting to invest in this property. And of course, the HOA fees will always kill your profits. So that's something to consider when you're investing in a master plan community like Summerlin. Okay, so what's the final verdict of this property? Is this a good investment? For me, I'm gonna say no, it's not a good investment, just because the fact that it's a negative cash flowing property. I like to invest in things with positive cash flow. I want to see a return on my investment right away, usually too. So when I'm helping investors like you assess potential investments, I look at all these things, we work out all the numbers, and that's why I make these videos for you guys, because people want to learn about investing, and I just want to share with you guys my experience in doing so. So be sure to subscribe to my channel, like and comment, and I'll see you on the next video. Thanks for watching.